Hi, what's up everyone? I'm Chua and this is my wife Connie. So a lot of people have been requesting this topic and it's simply the pros and cons of this bad boy.
Or girl.
Bad girl.
So just to give you guys a little bit of background, we bought this 2019 Taxa Mantis last year in 2019, and then in October of 2019 we set off on the road full-time boondocking. We've experienced a lot of different weather circumstances living on the road in this particular RV, ranging from snowstorms and thunderstorms and high winds and high heat. So I think it's fair to say that we have a pretty good handle on the ins and outs of this rig here.
Well, all sorts of terrain too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
First we're gonna start with the cons. It might seem like a long list, but we're gonna break it down into 3 sections. The first one is things that have failed or broke during the trip, stuff that are seriously wrong with the Mantis that people should know about. The next group is things that we just wish it was different. In the third section, we're just gonna nitpick about all the little things because we can, and this is a pros and cons video. So these are the baddest of the bads. First off, the leaks are pretty bad. It's been like this since the day we bought it. If there's a rainstorm, it's a guarantee we're gonna compile puddles of water throughout the RV.
It gets pretty annoying because my pillow gets wet. The dog bed gets completely soaked every time. And I'm pretty sure that there are other places in the RV that get wet as well that we aren't even aware of.
I don't know if it's just ours, but the side door compartments always let in water.
After closing the door a few times, we noticed that something was a little off. The door kept getting lower and lower, so we had to keep raising it in order to close it.
So if we didn't raise the door up a little bit, we were never able to lock the door from the inside or outside.
We have a friend with a Cricket who has very similar issues.
Ever so often, we would have to pound this rod back into place. It gets annoying.
Even for being short people, we always bump our heads.
As you can see, the framing needs a lot more padding. This is a concussion or a bleeding head waiting to happen, if not both.
Things we want changed.
The sink and stove top combination is probably the one thing we want changed the most.
This really is one of my biggest frustrations. Whenever I do dishes, water completely covers the stove. There's just no way around it.
We would really prefer just one burner and a bigger sink instead of this cramped setup. Sacrificing 6 inches of counter space would have been no biggie to us.
We learned quickly that these mats are rock hard. Unless you like your bed to be firm, you're gonna need to add some extra cushion.
These were supposedly upgraded in the 2020 model, but according to people with that model, there were still a lot of complaints. The struts that help raise the pop-up are very inconsistent. We feel like if they were stronger, we would be able to open up the top on those days where it's almost impossible to open.
The light switches are too far from the bed. We wish that there was a set right next to the bed for easier access, especially at night.
So the fridge only runs on the batteries and the furnace runs solely on propane. We wish both of them were two-way, so it will allow us greater flexibility.
The window screens don't always seem to keep mosquitoes out, and when it's a windy day, they get blown inside, which lets everything inside.
The AC air conditioning unit only works when the temperatures aren't above 85 degrees. So on to nitpicking. Underneath the entire bed is storage compartments. We really use just the front two.
With the mattress topper on, accessing the back two compartments against the wall is almost impossible.
We feel like the sleep orientation is wrong. The side door compartment is where the head should be, and that's where we store like the hoses, the chocks, and everything. It just doesn't seem right sleeping next to all these dirty gear.
It also has a draft on those cold, windy days, so we like to sleep the other way. We do like the rugged design of the floor, however, it does make for sweeping and mopping a little difficult with all of the textured ridges.
Unless you're around 6 feet, I'm not sure how you can fully zip up the pop-up canvas without extra aid.
The drain plug that came with the sink really did not do its job. It took us buying 2 more drain plugs until we finally found the right one that works best.
There are bungee holes for the crates. We just wish they were all over the shelving unit.
Our RV only came with 4 crates. Maybe 6 would have been more ideal. Because of its placement, the outlet is constantly getting oil splattered on it.
The AC outlets are in a weird spot. We had to drag an extension cord to our bed area to be able to use them there.
Now on to the pros. The design of the Mantis is just so unique. We often get stopped and asked questions about it. People always ask to take a peek inside. If you have a Mantis, you're guaranteed to get stopped.
We don't have the strongest tow vehicle, but when towing the Mantis, it feels like nothing's behind us. The low profile reduces wind drag, and to be honest, we still get about 13-14 miles per gallon on the highway.
We didn't need to install a brake controller in our tow vehicle because the Mantis already came installed with wireless brakes. It works like a charm once you figure out how to sync it up.
Our Mantis came equipped with a roof rack. We haven't really used it yet, but we know it's going to be useful in the future.
We like that the awning comes out over the Mantis door, unlike some other models of RVs that we've seen. It gives us a little bit of extra living space and dry area on those rainy days.
With the pop-up down, we're able to heat and cool the trailer quickly. It doesn't take much energy to retain our desired temperature.
We're able to fill up the Mantis freshwater tank 2 different ways. One is simply by connecting to city water, and the other is by simply filling with a jug. This has been really convenient when we needed that flexibility.
The Mantis didn't need to come with different layout varieties. It was already good as it is.
The Mantis has ample storage, which we have utilized in a number of different ways, ranging from food, cleaning products, electronics, and just everyday items.
It seems like there are hundreds of locations where you can hook up a bungee or carabiner to. The combinations are endless.
The bed conversion has flexibility to use as either storage or for another bed for a guest. We really fell in love with the amount of counter space in the Mantis. And trust us, it's always being fully utilized.
It feels like all the materials used to craft this beast is quality. Everything just looks and feels top notch. With the pop-up raised, it feels very open and airy. Something that similar sized RVs cannot match. Okay, so hopefully we have enough light to finish this video. It takes a long time making a video. And hopefully you guys found this video useful. If you guys were on the fence about getting a Mantis or something, or just want to know about it, we try to give out as much info as possible, so feel free to ask us anything.
This review was based on our particular experiences and our lifestyle, so what we have an opinion on may be different from somebody else, right?
Oh, Taxa did a great job. We wouldn't change a thing, maybe just those little things we're talking about, but we could survive with this thing.
Yeah.
We've done it, and 8 months of living out of the middle of nowhere.
We would still choose the Mantis.
Yeah.
Maybe the 2021, but...
Yeah. The dogs love it.
And we love it too. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to show your appreciation by giving us a like. And if you like our content, then hit subscribe. That'll really help us out. We post videos about our rig, our RV lifestyle, adventures, and just nature in general. We're also on social media. Make sure you follow us.
You guys don't have to.
It would be nice though. And we also have a blog DustTheNation.com. Check that out. Check that out.
Thumbs up if Kanye is better. Comment which was better.